Hey guys, so today we have another update to a story that I've covered in 2 videos already, but it just keeps on progressing. I think this will be the last of it now because I think everything's just like calming down and everyone's calming down. But we are covering the Sophia LaCorte, Halley Kate drama. Now, I did film 2 videos about it already. Let me open those up for you guys. So I covered it 10 days ago, the most hated pick me on TikTok, and then I did one 6 days ago as well. So those are the 2 updates really that you need, and the recaps. But if you guys don't know, we have Sophia LaCorte, who's in this thumbnail, and she essentially stole her friend's boyfriend. Now that is becoming a little bit murky a little bit. So there's Halley Kate, who is a TikTok girly, and then Sophia, who are both in New York, and so they're in that like New York influencer sphere. They were friendly. Halley broke up with her boyfriend Reed. Reed then literally like 2 weeks later went on a date with Sophia, and this was the day after Sophia and Halley were at like a work event together, like a social media event together, and like bonding and having drinks together. And Halley claims that Sophia came back to her apartment. Sophia claims she didn't, and that they weren't close at all. They only spoke about 3 times. Halley claims that they were closer than that, and that the only way she would have kind of been inspired to reach out to Reed is because she saw that Halley Kate was going through a breakup on the For You page, and then like went through her old pictures, looked at his tagged posts, and then DM'd him. And she was the one that DM'd him first, and then he planned kind of the date, and then that's that. But then there's like more happening, right? So in the last videos, one of these, I think the first one, I talked about how you might recognize Sophia from straight baiting with Brad Mondo. So Brad Mondo is, by his own words, a gay man, but they've been pretending to be in a relationship, and they've been like clickbaiting the fact that Sophia turned him straight, which is something I didn't think we would see happen, but here it is in 2024. Things just happen. And so people just think that overall she thrives on rage bait and trolling, which isn't my favorite form of content. I think a lot of people are now defending her because this is what happens, right, with social media, is someone gets a lot of hate, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, you know what? I actually disagree. And then the whole opinion flips. And this happens like clockwork. Like, I would never want to be unanimously loved by the whole internet, because then inevitably about a week later everyone will decide to hate me because one person said, you know what, I actually want to be different, I want to go against the grain, I hate this, and then everyone would start to hate me. So I just think it's good to just coast through in the neutral, because being anywhere here means at some point it will flip. And that's basically what happened with the situation. I feel like more and more people are coming out to say that Sophia is actually like iconic for this. I personally, right, even if you don't think that her going on the date was a problem, let's say like her going on the date wasn't a problem, like who actually cares? I think it's just the way she has carried herself. Like, I think a lot more people than I thought would do. That sentence made no sense. Like, I think a lot of people are ignoring just the glaring personality red flags that are happening with Sophia, like including the fact that she waited until they got back together to now do the story time, and in the story time she's saying the opposite of what people think about Reed. So Reed and Halley did like a podcast episode together that has now been taken down. I can't find it on the internet, but he seemed so uninterested in Halley, like wasn't talkative at all, like the whole thing, right? Sophia sees that and knows it's been months since this whole situation happened. And now she does a story time where she describes him as everything that is the opposite of what he showed in that podcast episode of Halley, right? He was so talkative on the date and so attentive and blah, blah, like everything that the opposite of what the opinion has been for the last like month. That's shady to me, right? Coming out with it now is shady. Mainly because she's already addressed it. So it's not even like, oh, this was the one time she could have addressed it. Like, she already has addressed it months ago when it happened. So clearly this is just like an interesting little situation that she has put herself in. It's the way she says things. It's very mean. It's very... But because she is giving off this like troll rage bait aura, I think now she has kind of verged into iconic realm. Like, I feel like people are finding her iconic now, and so I still want to talk about that. I still think she is not a great person. You can think she's iconic and you can think that she did nothing wrong and blah blah blah, but I think it's just the way she has handled it. It just makes me think that she's someone who just thrives on like, all attention is good attention, like negative PR is still good, it's still PR. And I just personally don't respect those kind of people and just the way that she has handled herself. But we can all have different opinions about that. So here's actually one of Halley's deleted TikToks from back then. So when it first happened, this is what she said, and then she deleted it. So this is kind of originally what Sophia thought was like exposing her.
Here's the thing. I've made jokes before about homie hopping. I've dabbled in it myself. I've done it maybe once or twice. But when I have like homie hopped, it has been like I hooked up with a guy one singular time. He wanted nothing to do with me. There was no chemistry, nothing there. And then months later, I maybe hooked up with one of his friends. You are going to homie hop not even 3 weeks later after our 9-month-long relationship, where we spent every single day together. You essentially lived at my apartment. You had not spent a single night at your apartment since I moved into this one on August 1st. And you're going to homie hop. That's just what's so bizarre to me. Also, because if roles were reversed and one of his friends had DM'd me, I would be like, oh my god, ew, what is wrong with his friend that he would want to like go on a date with me? Like if his friend had DM'd me, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of a person asking me on a date this soon after a breakup, just like Instagram DMing me, like it's very bold and weird. Also, I just want to say I was never planning on bringing this online, but people started making videos about it, and I tried to handle it offline. I texted the girl multiple times, and she has not responded to me, which fair, I wouldn't respond either if I were her. But after I talked with him, and he told me that he was literally not sorry and he did nothing wrong and gaslit the shit out of me, and it's already online. I don't give a f- say whatever I want, and I feel differently.
It is a bit awkward because obviously they are now back together, so he's obviously not a great guy. But I just feel like a lot of girls go through a bad relationship at some point in their lives, whether it be your like teens, your late teens, your early 20s. She's clearly having an early 20s moment, and that's fine. He's not an influencer though, and so like I just think what happens when you are a public figure is you're going to get a lot more scrutiny than someone who just isn't on the internet, right? So that's kind of the TikTok situation. Now, Sophia's been posting through all of this and kind of being completely fine with being the villain in this story. So let's just go through a few of her TikToks, okay? We have 10 to be exact. So she posts this one, which is very interesting. And the fact that she used to go to acting school kind of makes sense.
I never thought that I would be one of the girls that sets up her camera and cries on the internet. But I genuinely feel like so many people are just coming on here and bullying me for fun. Like, I saw a video today, and it's just a video of a girl saying that she wanted to beat me up. And it had so many likes. Like, I'm scared. Like, thank God I'm okay. Okay, if you guys actually think that I would come on here and cry, you have the wrong bitch. I have to like get out of character now because you guys make me do too much. Like, congratulations, you make a video saying that you want to assault me. Like, do you want a medal, you freak?
So we can see what the thought process is here, right? I actually hate that little ginger. B has been like her, you know, Brad Mondo, here's your Oscar, obviously that's her boyfriend. Hey, so this is actually insane. I love this little ginger B. Okay, wait, this is insane. You're literally insane, babe. I think you need to log off. I actually like her. So, I mean, there's definitely like a mixed bag these days. We have this one.
I'm so sorry, I didn't know you owned him. He wasn't wearing a collar.
I actually hate that little ginger.
So they're obviously using all the sounds that have been trending. Crazy how Halley bought this to the internet just to get back with him. Babe, you're so unbothered. I love you. They can never make me like you. You do not deserve all the hate. You didn't do anything bad. It sounded so much like Sarah Vander Woodson for a second. I'm so confused what she did wrong. They can never make me hate you. So there's definitely like you know, once again, mixed bag. But she's clearly completely fine with how this is going. Like, clearly this doesn't faze her at all. And she's actually kind of thriving in this environment, which I kind of have to respect, because if that was me, I'd be eating myself alive. But whatever that means, whatever I meant by that. But I'd just be kind of dying, okay? So I guess props to her for that.
Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Maybe I am. Am I the villain? I don't think I'm the villain.
I literally don't think I'm the villain. The villain's the guy. Halley getting mad is the dumbest thing ever. Okay, but why is this your whole personality? So this is what I mean. It's like every single TikTok is about this. And it's like, am I the drama? Am I the villain? But like, clearly this is something that she wants to milk for all it's worth. She reminds me of Gabby Hanna when she was manic. Oh my lord, it keeps going. I genuinely cannot get why people hate you. The switch up is insane, guys. Like, this is what I mean. But this happens on the internet all the time. When I talk about it, no one like listens. But this happens all the time, right? Like, everyone's pro this one person, and then suddenly one person says, I actually don't like them, and then everyone's like, you know what, they're actually so annoying, and suddenly we've like flipped the script, which everyone's allowed to have their own opinions. I just hate this, like, if someone's getting a bunch of love, then they have to get a bunch of hate, and everyone just acts like that was the original opinion to begin with when it wasn't.
Look like an angel, talk like an angel. The devil in disguise.
So you can take your sanctimonious attitude.
I mean, I love a Gossip Girl reference. You can hate me, but you can't hate my hair. Oh my god. Halley blocked me because I told her Reed isn't even into her. Ha ha ha. She knew I wasn't lying. I don't care what they're saying. I like this girl. You're winning this beef. Unbothered queen. So many people are hating on you, but I don't know why, because you're a literal icon. Iconic, I fear. They can never make me like you. Yes, I can. They can never make me hate you. So, I mean, it's really all over the place. Then we have this one. What if that girl never tried to destroy my character online? I don't want to play the music because it is copyrighted. Don't start a war you can't finish. Almost as if Halley didn't mention it until you posted a 3-part series. I'm still so perplexed on how you're the villain. I like that you're finding humor in all of this. I fear I can't help but stan. Or for them to get back together, they owe you an apology. She owes me an apology. Crazy how she forgave him and took him back, but is acting like you're the villain. She really said, you want to paint me as the villain? All right, I'll play the villain. I'll play it well. Better than you play the victim. Better than you can play the victim. So yeah, I think she's just fine with being the villain in this story. Then she posts this one, which is just her like posting about like a sound, but she said diabolical #ginger. And then someone said that the hate she gets is because she's dropped dead gorgeous. I mean, I think we're allowed to criticize people that are attractive without it being because we are jealous of the fact that they're attractive. It's just sometimes because attractive people can be too. Like, it's not like just because you're attractive doesn't mean you're just all of a sudden a good person. I don't think that's the vibe. But then we have this one, which is diabolical. Make sure your ex is wearing his collar. I love how unbothered Halley actually is when you keep posting these videos over and over. Lol. Girl, it was one date, let it go. This is your entire personality now, baby. I don't write the song. So it kind of seems like when a video only reaches her audience, everyone says it's iconic, blah, blah, blah. But when it reaches a further audience, right, it like blows up extra. Then it goes back to like, they can never make me like you. Let's move on. How are you not tired? I mean, it is like we're on TikTok, 7 now. This is getting a bit repetitive. Then she addresses Brianna Chicken Fry, who's been obviously dragging her across the internet.
So Brianna Chicken Fry had a lot to say about me. She made like 2 TikTok videos and brought me up on 2 different podcasts.
Who the fuck are these people?
No, it's actually the craziest shit on the internet. This redhead girl is delusional, diabolical, like the weirdest person I've ever witnessed.
Thank you. Brianna, you have like 10 times the amount of followers as me and you're dating Luke Bryan. Like, shouldn't you be at a concert or something?
Girl might not even be like as mean as we think she is. She just genuinely will never understand where anyone else is coming from.
No, I do understand actually. You're mad about how and when I said my side of the story. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was running for Congress. For the record, someone's ex took me on a date and then she got mad, so she brought it online, weaponized her millions of followers, lied about us being friends so everyone would hate me, and then she got back with him. And now I'm the bad guy for saying my side of the story. Sue me. If defending myself after getting publicly shamed makes me the villain, then I'll be the best villain the world's ever seen. I've also never had a problem with Brianna Chicken Fry. I've actually always
I think the issue I'm having, and actually the Do Know Them girlies talked about this, and it's so valid. Like when I'm watching this and when I watched the like fake crying video and blah, blah, she gives me Disney acting vibes. And that's not me saying that like the acting lessons didn't pay off, but it gives me very much like Disney character. Like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was running for Congress. Like it's very like Disney villain, Disney mean girl. It's just a little bit, yeah. I think that's what's bothering me the most.
like her, mainly because she's friends with Dave Portnoy. But other than that, I really don't have a problem with her.
And then we have this one. #Ginger. Some people are saying let it go, but some people are saying that she's too iconic. And then here is her responding to like a few different TikToks that have been going around and a few different podcasts and blah, 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 blah.
Oh no, I have to defend myself again because everyone likes to pick on the ginger.
Names were never named.
Names were never named? You might as well have posted my social security number.
You are going to homie hop not even 3 weeks later.
Oh my goodness, a crossover episode.
Who fucking cares? People break up. This is so normal though. Like people break up and get into new relationships. What is the fucking point of a grace period?
I thought you guys were supposed to be on the same team, but I think I'm siding with McChicken over here.
And I did block
So I guess Brianna Chicken Fry spoke about a similar situation in the past, but had a very different opinion. And then now this time she has a different opinion.
on every social media platform. When that happened, her number was never blocked. It was always welcome to text me and handle it offline.
Oh my gosh, my number was never blocked? I can text you? Thank you, that's so sweet. So you brought it online. You forced my hand to finish it online.
The only thing I have to say, yeah, all the facts are the same. Nothing has changed.
I have to call someone really quick. Hello? Oh, it's for you. I call bullshit.
Standing next to me while going through my Instagram following, searching my ex-boyfriend's name to DM him and ask him on a date.
That's so silly because I don't remember DMing him while I was next to you. So Monday, this man texts me and says, hey, do you have plans Friday night? Thursday, I happened to see you at an event. And then Friday, I went on a date with a man that was single. I actually thought you were a girl's girl.
I'm a girl's girl through and through, and I don't like when people use the word girl's girl because I think a lot of
Huh. I kind of feel like if you were a girl's girl, you wouldn't weaponize your millions of followers and lie about another girl over a man to get me hate. Well, if that's what a girl's girl is, I don't really think I want to be one. And lastly, You said, how is it genuine if she's made a video every day for the past week? Please, respectfully, if you think this is anything more than a cash grab on the Creator Fund, come on. I think that's kind of funny because I kind of remember when you guys first started lying about me online, you had something to say about money.
This one. Yeah, it's not a fucking business, okay? Like, if I'm gonna get one thing out, like, this is a good birthday. Views are up, engagement is up, money is up, like, 100%. Actually,
Funniest thing about this entire thing is the fact that you guys thought I wouldn't come online and defend my character once you guys brought it online. Is there something about my face that says I'm scared? I didn't think so.
Let's ignore the Disney Channel clapbacks. Someone said you've done nothing wrong and you're standing on business. I'm so happy you didn't come on here to fold/apologize. Nothing to be sorry about. Thank you so much. Loki on this diva's side. I'm so confused why people are attacking her if they weren't even dating whenever they went on the date. The fact that people are teaming up on you and you're still winning. Never stop fighting, baby. Oh, she's got receipts. So I guess now the story's getting really muddled up where it's like everyone's got their version of it. I wish someone would just read, make a YouTube video and say, this is what happened. You know, just be the objective third party. I know you're back together with your girlfriend, but maybe he just needs to come out and say, like, I DM'd her first, she DM'd me first, like, whatever the story is, just come out and put it out there, because at this point it's just kind of hard to demuddle the story. It doesn't take away from the fact that I still think the way Sophia handles herself is strange. The rage bait, the trolling, the like Brad Mondo stuff, it all gives me that vibe of like anything for views and money. But the story is also muddled up, so it's hard. Now, we have a few YouTube videos to get through. We have Plan Brie addressing it, so that's Brianna Chicken Fry addressing it.
But fucking this redhead girl, she only saw that Halley was like upset online, whatever, only knew who her ex-boyfriend was through Halley. She went through her following, DM'd the guy, they go on a date. I totally understand Halley a year ago making those videos where it's like she only knew her ex-boyfriend through her, whatever, crazy. But that's not even insane to me. It's the revival of it. Halley was getting so much for, she did a podcast with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend didn't talk. They're dating again. Not the same ex, they're dating again. And everyone's like, oh my God, he hates you, Halley. He's not talkative. He doesn't say a word. He's Brian Coburg, like serial killer eyes, like crazy, like gonna, like absolutely, you gotta run away from this guy. And then fuck, the redhead gets on and does a 3-part series to talk about her magical talkative date that she went on a year ago, just to harp on the fact that I could have had this man if I wanted to. He was my Prince Charming. We made out on the way to the bathroom. I could have kept him. He wants me more, but I said I don't really like him. And she goes to talk about how magical and perfect the date was. She couldn't stop smiling. It was her Prince Charming.
She had a vibrator in her hand when she was
I
telling
think
the story.
she had those underwear on where they vibrate.
This is so good.
So a girl that was in her redhead acting class made a video being like, yeah, last year when all this happened, she came in and said that the guy was awful, the date was so bad, she wouldn't stop talking about it. All she talked about was this thing. When we had to do acting exercises, she used that scenario to act out.
So that's how they covered it. Obviously, that's what Sophia has an issue with, but I kind of agree with everything that's happened here. Now, we also had 2 BFFs episodes where they mentioned this whole situation, so that's also kind of Brie getting involved, and this is where, obviously, Sophia kind of is addressing her for that.
No, it's actually the craziest on the internet. This redhead girl is delusional, diabolical, like the weirdest person I've ever witnessed
these people?
on social media. They're just in New York City influencers.
There's got to be some decorum on who can call themselves a New York City influencer.
So obviously then they talk about who gets to qualify as an influencer, but it made it to the BFFs podcast, and then they kind of shade Sophia again at the end of this episode where they talk about who qualifies as a New York influencer. So kind of it plays back on the past episode.
This is what we talked about before. I don't know who she is. 1.3 though. TikTok, I don't put much stock in.
That's
yeah,
fair.
you
But
need to
she
be in like the
influences
10s.
people to buy clothes.
Fine.
She's like
I think-
a fashion girly.
I think from what I've seen, like we talked about it last week and stuff, I think she's there. I think she's
Fine. Yes. Even though I don't know who she is. But TikTok makes me leery.
No.
Is this the redhead that she hates?
Yeah.
Yeah. But she doesn't influence anyone to do anything. People just like hate watch her.
So I guess everyone thinks that she's basically just a troll, does everything for attention, but that's one thing where I think, what is the point? Like, I do understand that you can rage bait people into watching your content and you get the creator fund going and blah, 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 but you will never be able to like move product or be influential, because I think for that there needs to be a level of likability. And if someone hate watches you, there is no likability, there's no I want to be like you. I mean, I'm sure she can shift product with like her hair and stuff, but I don't know, I just think there's like a fine line between getting popular for rage bait and then being able to actually use that to start a career. I don't know, do you guys have any idea of anyone who's done that successfully, where they actually went on to be like influential and be liked and be like, has anyone started as a rage bait and then actually moved it into a career fully, like not just got a few views at the time, but like actually was able to make a long-term career out of it? And then Halley finally addresses it in a new podcast episode. The episode is called Everybody Moved On. So I guess it's like a play on the Taylor Swift song, but also like everyone else moved on. Why is, Sophia still on about this is, I guess, the consensus.
And you're never getting rid of us.
Yeah. Ooh.
Like, my God. Holy it's never that deep. It's never that serious. And I feel like people, not everyone, there are some good people out there, but there's people who like went into said episode with already their mind made up.
Yeah.
And that showed. And it was just like, it got deleted because like it just wasn't even worth dealing with. It was just like, no, thank
You're
you.
just diving right in.
No, I'm just like, I feel like that's like people are like, why? And like, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, why would we leave something up that is being taken the wrong way and just going to be hated on and twisted and screen recorded for, like, and manipulated into a way that
it's just
isn't
like,
how
why
the episode was
add
meant.
negativity to our day?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I would just, it's like, bye, just like delete, like deleting is just easier than like dealing with like people being annoying.
So essentially what they're saying is like everybody's moving on, like why are we still talking about this? They deleted the episode with the boyfriend in it because everyone's taking it out of context and making it a bigger deal. That's interesting.
There was a reason there was no apology towards a certain someone when a relationship rekindled. It's because everything that happened was what happened, and that's that.
Yeah, I guess this is all I'll say. Like, obviously, I'm not touching on it on TikTok, but I'll give a quick 2-second whatever. One, obviously, this was all brought up again very purposely and maliciously just to capitalize off of the hate that was already going on towards me. This was so done. It was so dead. Like, it didn't need to be brought up again, and it was brought up on purpose on her behalf because she thought she could get a quick buck and a quick couple million views off of it, which she did. So pop off, I guess. The only thing I have to say, yeah, all the facts are the same. Nothing has changed with that whole story. I said what I said, and what I said is what I said. Your face.
Episode's still up because it's still valid, and I would like to point out. I will say this: the one video that you made that was out of pure reaction when it first happened, it was removed because you recognized it was made out of reaction.
Yeah.
Everything past that was, I feel like, the most respectful it could have been. Like, names were never named, compliments were still given. A lot was recognized. It was the one part of it. The one part that was ever an issue was the previous night's behavior.
Yes.
That's it. Simple as that. And that's the reason why the episode is still up, because it's still valid.
100%.
Period.
And all I want to say is I understand. I thought I owed everybody an explanation. That's how I've lived my life on the internet. And when I'm getting a bunch of comments saying, oh my God, you're in a video with this girl from last night and she was on a date with your boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, whatever. The next
There was
night.
overlap. That was already established.
Yes. Yeah. She's beating that one into the ground. Anyway, but I felt I owed everybody an explanation. To me, it seemed like everyone in the world knew about this and I needed to speak on it, even though that wasn't the case. And obviously, like, I don't regret it, but in the way that I did, I maybe shouldn't have made the one video. I did take it down within 24 hours of it being posted. Again, never said her name, but I understand and I take my part in where I did that. And if she wanted to come back and speak on it, she was always welcome to do that. Also, I want to mention I did block her on every social media platform when that happened. Her number was never blocked. She was always welcome to text me and to handle it offline if the hate was ever getting too much.
Not to mention, we have multiple coworkers in common. She could have reached out.
Yes. She could have always like reached out to me if she wanted the hate. She was lip syncing. I may be bad, but maybe perfectly good, whatever. But
your ex was better on me. Like, those were all choices that were made, which just speaks to the kind of person like that said person is.
You guys, she was.
So that's basically what it is. Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I think my camera turned off. And I think like most situations in life, everything is morally grey. Everything's grey. Like, nothing's just like black or white. Everything's unclear. And so the story is muddled up, as it would be when there's multiple sources that it's coming from. But at the end of the day, I just don't appreciate the way that Sophia's handled herself, because you can tell that it's coming from a rage bait point of view rather than truly defending yourself. But if that's the way she wants to play it and that's what makes her feel strong and powerful, then so be it. But you guys let me know what you think. And yeah, I did have the question about, did you ever see anyone successfully turn rage bait content into a full long lasting career? If you do, let me know, because I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. But yeah, just let me know anything else about this video. Subscribe with the bell icon for engagement. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.